Hey, how's it going, people? In today's video, we're going to be talking about liksang and how Sony forced them to shut down and go out of business. But before we go into details, let's go over a little bit of the history of liksang.
Well, the term e-trade is usually used for trading over the internet, and our online shop is accessible 24 hours a day. This you usually can't have with a local shop. And as well, you have a very comfortable way of shopping because you don't have to walk through the shelves and still can access more than 4,000 products. You just have to select the products you want to buy, to enter the complete shipping address, and to enter some payment details. And after submission of these information, your order will usually get shipped within 24 hours.
Liksang.com launched in 1998, a company based in Hong Kong. On their online site, they were the place to go to buy mod chips, development kits for certain consoles, and flash cards. They were mainly known for importing these items to European countries. However, they eventually shipped worldwide, including the US. The company, however, was selling legitimate items such as import video games from Japan and consoles. They were known to be the #1 place to go for imports of video games from Japan, simply because they were reliable and convenient to obtain Japanese imports. They really had no competition at the time for import video games. However, the selling of mod chips, flashcards, or development kits came to an end in 2002 when major video game companies such as Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony went all out to sue them. They alleged that the mod chips being sold on the website allowed for piracy of video games. Sony and Nintendo both won the lawsuits, and liksang was ordered to pay $5 million to each company. This was a major blow for the modding community. However, people could still obtain mod chips from other websites to this day. Since liksang became a very popular place to buy mod chips, I'm pretty sure that these companies wanted to make an example out of them. After the lawsuit, liksang, however, had not gone out of business entirely. The company owner was replaced with a new owner whose vision was to restructure the company and focus mainly on the sales of import video games and consoles. They would continue operations as normal. Even though they were affected by the lawsuit, the business was still profitable for the company to continue selling import video games. As mentioned earlier, they were the #1 website to go for import video games. Now, you may be wondering, how was Sony the main fault for them eventually closing their online business? It seems Sony still had a grudge against the business because they were about to sue the company again for their imports of PSP and certain PlayStation titles. Let's start from the beginning in 2004. The PSP was launched in Japan December 12, 2004. Believe it or not, the handheld was not released worldwide on the same date. Many countries would not be able to purchase the handheld until the release date. Liksang.com, however, was able to obtain the Japanese imports of the PSP handhelds 2 days later after its release date in Japan. And of course, being known for selling imports, they started selling PSPs right away before the release dates in Europe and North America. The PSP was slated to be released in the US on March 24, 2005 and Europe September 1st, 2005. The lawsuit. In August 2005, the company was facing another lawsuit by Sony for infringing their trademark rights. Liksang continued selling their PSP to the markets. To their defense, Hong Kong law allowed them to sell PSPs openly since the PSP had already been in the market around the world. However, Sony insisted on bringing liksang down, even after becoming a legitimate business. Sony decided to file the lawsuit in London, so on October 18, 2006, a high court in London ruled that liksang was indeed in breach of Sony's rights. Just a few days later, on October 24, 2006, liksang officially closed down its business operations and left a message on their websites stating that they were forced out of business by Sony. The company has simply gave up on trying to contest the court case with Sony. You can say they simply gave up and shut down. On the other hand, they didn't have to pay any legal fees or damages to Sony. In conclusion to the court case, Sony definitely has strategized where to sue them. In this case, it was a London High Court, knowing very well that they would win a court battle in the UK, since UK usually favors companies when it comes down to copyright infringement and trademarks. In my opinion, I feel Liksang was targeted due to their past of selling mod chips that allowed piracy to occur. Since PlayAsia was selling imported PSPs a few days later after its release date in Japan on their website, and Sony did not go after PlayAsia. While many may have forgotten about the infamous lawsuits of Liksang, we can never forget that they were the #1 site to go for import video games, serving over 100 countries. The company, however, left on a good note after shutting down. They were still accepting customer returns, RMAs, and I believe that they finished canceling all the orders that were on the website and refunding every single customer. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Let me know in the comments what you think about this video. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a nice day.